Hello, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Dr. Kim's YouTube channel. I'll talk on reproducible research and Quarto today. So, reproducibility is very important. Um, okay, for example, if you look here, if you are able to produce high reproducibility and high accuracy, that will be, the most optimal work you are doing. But there is also situations where you have low reproducibility and high accuracy, low accuracy and high reproducibility, and the worst is you got low accuracy and low reproducibility. So what we want is to have as high as possible in terms of accuracy and as high as possible in terms of reproducibility. So so if you look at the reproducibility spectrum, if you have if you publish only if you publish papers only, right, and you don't have any code, you have code and you don't have data and whatnot, so publication only is really not reproducible. Okay, people can read your paper but they cannot reproduce. So you may add like code to your paper, so you can have appendix in your paper, or you can have a link in your paper to point to the source of code, for example, GitHub or Posit cloud, for example, and and it is also better. It is also better if you what we call um, put data inside, or have link um, of your data, right? So you got your paper, right? If there is only paper, not that good. So you have paper and then you have link to your data. Sorry, link to your code. Okay, better. If you have link to your code plus you have link to your data, that is even better. And if you have a link and executable code and data, that really better. So that's the spectrum of reproducibility. So if you publish on the paper, it's good, but it is not as good as you provide the code. Of course, it is impossible to write code in the paper, right? So because sometimes the code are really long, right? So you can insert link to the code source, and the code source can be on GitHub, maybe on your own website, or maybe on your Google Drive. Much better if you have link to your data set. So that's how we work on the reproducibility. So reproducibility means you are able to recompute the results. Okay. So if you work with software that without any codes, it's very impossible for you to recompute the result. Okay, you can look at the result in the paper, kan? But you can't reproduce. So you don't know whether the results come from data that is mentioned in the paper, and you don't know how they produce the results, right? Because you are not able to recompute the result because you don't have the code. You don't know how they run the codes or run the analysis. So reproducibility means you are able to do that. You are able to look at the codes, right, and see whether the codes make sense or whether the codes can run or not. Even better if you have the data set, if the authors provide the data set, all right, so you can run the codes on the data set and then you can reproduce the result similar to what they presented in the paper, right? And there is also a replicability where you are able to replicate, you are able to redo the experiments. Okay, so the difference is that reproducibility means the ability to recompute the results. Replicability is the ability to redo the experiments, and that you get a similar results. So, and if you look at some journals, they now require that you um send data to them, right? So many journals by default ask the data to be sent along with the paper. So I think that is very good. But in many situations, especially where you are dealing with medical data or sensitive data, then it's quite difficult for the authors or the data owners to release the data to the public. So why we talk about reproducibility? Because there has been a crisis of confidence among researchers, because many studies uh, are not reproducible or replicable, and we can't reproduce the results in many uh, papers that have been published. So that is quite worrying, right? And we need that ability to reproduce the results, or to replicate the experiment, so that the we can trust the results, and we can trust the experiments you know well. And it was found that 49 highly cited articles, only 16% have been contradicted, and also another 60% have smaller effect size in subsequent studies. So if you want to ensure reproducibility, we need to ask authors to provide raw data, uh, you know, to what we call complement their paper, and then provide the statistical code or analysis code, so that we can reproduce or rerun the codes on their data. So, or at least we can look at the codes and see whether the codes make sense or not. And then documentations, what the codes do. I mean, for this part of code, what do they do? For this parts of code, what do they do? Right. Sometimes if you provide only codes, it's quite difficult to understand what each line of the codes does. Right. Because if I know R, I might not know Python. So I don't know what authors are doing with Python codes. So if you provide that, the codes, and also explain what these codes are doing, that would be good. Right. Um, so this evidence that from a study that where they survey 1,500 scientists, and 52% think that we are facing a reproducibility crisis. Okay, because methods and code are not available, technical expertise required for reproduction are not available, pressure to publish. So those are basically the factors that contribute to irreproducible research. So how can we encourage reproducibility? So we can provide a better understanding about statistics, better mentoring, supervision, better teaching, external lab validation, more time for mentoring again, and more time checking notebooks or coding for the analysis. So this is a concept where we can make use to promote reproducibility. One approach is called as literate programming. Okay, literate programming, where you have a mix of code and then text to explain what the codes do, and also the results in one document. And so you have the codes, you have the explanations what you are doing, and the steps, the workflow, and also explaining what the codes are doing, and then you have the results as well in one document. So that's very handy. Um, and we should encourage reproducibility, because reproducibility helps to avoid disaster, because we know that the results are robust, it is easier for us to write papers. For example, I've been doing analysis that 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 my students knows better than me. So I don't know how to write the code, so they know how to write the code better than me. So if my other students are keen to replicate or do the same approach, but in different data set or different disease, then they can just use the code. And it also helps the reviewers to look at the analysis part and to see whether the results make sense or not. And then again, yes, it enables continuity of our work. I run the codes now, and next year, if I uh, go elsewhere, the codes are still there, and somebody else can use the code to to do their work. And then it can build your reputation because you have your codes, you are able to run that on your data, so you are someone who has good reputations, so the data are solid, the analysis are solid, the results are solid. So to do this in R, Quarto is very good. Okay, so this is where you have like a Quarto a Quarto document where you have this is YAML, yet another markup language section where you have three dash here, and in between the dashes you have you write the title of your document, the name of the author, the date of the editing, and the format. In this example, the format is in HTML. So what you are going to do is you are going to run the codes, and the codes will be published as an HTML document. So these are the codes, right? And it tells you, okay, now I'm going to do something about air quality. So this is air quality explores the impact of temperature and ozone, and then these are the codes that I'm running to get these results. And then you render the document, so it will be converted from this code-based text to a document ready text. You see that you got ggplot to demo, the name of the authors there, the date, and the results. And it's easy to do this. So this is a YouTube video where you can look at how to get started in Quarto. So I highly recommend you to watch this video. I'm going to provide the link to the video in the description of in the description section. And then this is another what we call examples on how the code based Quarto document. From here you see you got the YAML, YAML, the title, the format, the editor, and then you have the codes here, and this is what we call as the R code chunk, or the code chunk. This code chunk can be in R, or can be in Python or C++. It doesn't matter, okay? But this is known as the code chunk. So this is where you write your code for the analysis, and this is where you write the explanations or the text to explain about the document, what you are doing and what not. And if you are working with R, you can have the source and the visual format. This is in visual format, where you can see a document that is like almost ready, right? And then when you click the button render here, this document, this code-based document will be rendered to HTML document. So you won't see the code. You can show the code if you want to. There is option to do that, all right? But there is also option not to show your code. So you see from here to here, you can see the title of document, the mid quarto, and you don't see the code, but you can have the option to show the code. All right. So this is a YAML header. When you write your Quarto document, YAML header is very very important. So you can have this YAML codes in between three dashes here, and in this example, we are going to render our document to an HTML document, and this is the code chunk. So you have dash 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 and curly braces are curly braces and then dash dash dash. So in between this dash 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 or in this code chunk, you write your codes. Okay, right. So you can produce Quarto documents, or you can render your Quarto documents into HTML document into Microsoft document docx format, or you can also render your document into a PDF document. So in the YAML, you specify whether you want HTML, or you want to produce the docx, or you want to produce PDF document. So you can look here. So this is let me see. Okay, this is where you can look at the HTML format from your what we call a Quarto document. Okay, and then this is the options for you to write or to render words document, right? So you have the OCX. This is the what we call the table of contents. True, it means that you are going to produce table of contents. And number of sections true is where you highlight the number of sections, and the highlight style in GitHub, right? And then what else? Okay, this is if you want to produce your results in PDF format, right? So you have title and format. You need to write PDF here, and then this is where you write down true if you want to print out the table of content, and so on and so forth. There are many other things that you can look at, but very very important. If you want to render your document to PDF, you need to first install Tiny Text. Okay, so you have to go to terminal, and then type Quarto install Tiny Text. So then R will install Tiny Text to your system. This is and then you can do personalization. I would say personalizations. It means that you can like change the font size, the font color, the arrangement of table of contents, whether you want on the left side, on the right side, on top. And you want to what we call as excuse me, what we call as HTML theming, right? So you can have like the default one, which is default, and then you have cerulean, cosmos, cyborg. So what you need to do is it's quite simple. You just go to theme, and then you just write down which themes that you are interested to use. Okay, so and then this is another you can set the font size, you can set the line stretch. You can even use CSS, so that you have more flexibility in terms of personalizing your what we call Quarto document. And then you can publish your Quarto document, the one that you have rendered, to Posit Connect, to Quarto Hub, I think. So and so that is very easy for you to share your document to other people later. So for example, if I want to publish to Posit Connect, then you have to go to your art studio, and then you have to go to publishing, and then in the publishing account you need to what we call add the Posit Connect account for USM students. I will provide you with five Posit Connects documents so that you can use that among your groups, so that you have five groups. Each group will have your own Posit Connect accounts, which you can publish your rendered document. So after you have created your what we call Posit Connect document, you can click the button connect. Then it will um, you know ask whether you really want to connect Posit with R. So yeah, just click connect, and then after that, when you want to publish, you can publish your documents either as a finished document only or with source code. Um, most, if you don't want to get any odd error, or you want to have like um, um, low probability of getting error, then you just publish a finished document only. But if you want to automate your analysis, if you want to automate your Quarto document, then you have to publish document with source code. So this is very important for people who are new to Quarto. You when you open your RStudio project, go to File, and then go to New Project, and then you can choose whether you want to what we call use existing directory or new directory, existing folder or new folder, and then you click Quarto project. Okay, open RStudio project, File, New Project, and then choose directory, and then choose Quarto project, and then when the Quarto document open, then you can what we call um, start to write your Quarto, and then you can go here and learn a bit more about how to make your text italics, bold, how to make them in superscript or subscript, and then how to write header number one, header two, header three, and how to link your images, how to insert images. So this is inside my PowerPoint. Then you can um, learn about how to insert figures in your Quarto document, very important. And then you can learn about HTML theming to customize your Quarto document. All right. And then I think many people would love to what we call use Word document. So let's see if I can. Okay. So this is how to render your document to Word format, DOC, and it has to be a space here. So you need to press tab once, and then this one you have to press tab twice. So it must be in this format. Okay, it cannot be in one line. Okay, it has to be one, and then one tab, and then two tab, and then this is where you specify that you want DOCX document. So other than that, how to write heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, superscript or italic and bold, they are all the same. It's just that in YAML you have to to specify whether you want an HTML document, DOCX document, or PDF document. Right. So and then you can publish your document to um, Quarto. You can click Quarto publish. Okay, you can use the Quarto publish codes, and then you can publish to Quarto pub. You can publish to GitHub pages. You can publish to Posit Connect, and also to Posit Cloud and Netlify, and so on and so forth. So I think if you have Posit Connect, then use Posit Connect. For example, in our university, we have Posit Connect. Thank you, Posit, for very kind, for being very kind and give us the license to use Posit Connect. If you don't have Posit Connect, then you can publish to Quarto Pub, okay, which is free. So you can publish your rendered document to Quarto Pub. You can share document to other people. You can share the links. Um, and then I think yeah, that's all. I hope this short video and this the workflow that I'm showing you now will be very helpful for you. Again, I want uh, to suggest that always start your Quarto project with R Studio. Always start with Quarto project, okay, and then go and learn about Markdown Basic in this link. I will also provide the link in the description. Go and learn about inserting figures in Quarto. There is a basic of using R in Quarto. Learn about theming of HTML, and learn about how to customize Word document in Quarto, and learn how to publish your Quarto document to Quarto Pub or Posit Connect, right? So I think if you master these steps, it will greatly help you with using Quarto, and this will take you maybe the most, I think, 2 hours or 3 hours the most to to make yourself comfortable using a Quarto. Yeah, I think yeah, that's all. Thank you very much.